asshole has shown me the way.
Thank you. Oh my God. He's already high energy, Matt. Like
This is
the highest
fucking-
energy.
Let's go live. Let's do this.
We're
Fucking
going
unreal.
live.
Asshole
We're
has
going
shown
live
me the
right
way.
now. It's probably
Thank
already
God.
live.
Oh, am I gonna hit the music as soon as we're live?
We're going. Pit it. Fucking go. We're live.
We're live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it continues. We've got generous Josh and majestic Matt. The boys are back in town. It's all happening here tonight. Mundane Matt, Josh, PPP, Godwinson. War has been declared on Ethan Ralph. All right. So, Matt, how are you tonight?
I'm actually pretty goddamn fantastic, if I'm being fair. I feel
What's
pretty
made
good.
you feel this way? What's made you feel this way?
I feel like a boulder has been lifted off my chest. Like I feel if I was Icarus, or who was the guy who pushed the boulder up the hill?
Atlas.
Sisyphus.
Atlas.
Sisyphus. I feel like if I was Sisyphus, the boulder has reached the top of the hill and has crushed the gunt on the top. You know what I mean?
That's
like
a steep
listening.
hill.
It's a very steep hill. It took 2 years to get there. It took a long time to get there. A lot of patience, a lot of hard will, a lot of Red Bull, right? I was really trying. And then also, surprisingly, my Kia to tow it up to the top because I was doing food delivery at the same time. Got to make that money. So, no, but getting to the top of this, wherever the hell we are right now, is hysterical because I always knew Ethan Ralph was a gigantic turd. And if you go back 6 years to Gamergate, you can look at this guy who ran a radio show for wrestling, So he understands performance arts and he knows how to fake shit. But in deep down, he's an Obama voting liberal who is trying to placate to a right-wing audience, who loves to go on Pornhub and look at interracial blacked porn, likes to get on Twitter and hit up black women in his neighborhood to go and smoke weed with him. And then, of course, he also has a propensity for the younglings, which is a little bit creepy. Actually, no, a lot creepy. And that self-awareness yesterday and that glorious hour-long video you guys put together really exposed the fact that Ethan Oliver Ralph of Richmond, Virginia has a thing for teenagers. A mid-30-year-old man lusting after young, just slightly past puberty girls. I mean, in Ralph's mind, if there's grass on the field, play ball. And the rest of us go, that's wrong, Ralph. They should at least be near your age. And then
so Monday Matt smacked down the gauntlet. He's the just
gauntlet. The gauntlet has been layeth, yes.
Majestic Matt. Majestic Matt, my lord, my king, my God, Majestic Matt. I must ask you, what are your thoughts, my lord, on Ethan Ralph threatening to flag down my channel yesterday? And in fact, it's flagging down one of my videos, giving me my second strike. What are your thoughts on that after he criticized you for 2 years making his whole name off that you flagged him down with DMCA claims? What are your thoughts, Majestic Matt, my lord?
There is a level of irony. There is a level of irony here that is not meant for mortal men. There is a true, just genius aspect to this whole thing, where Ralph, who 2 years ago needed me to stay relevant, and as we've discovered yesterday, needed me to meet his current 18-year-old girlfriend because she apparently saw the streams and she liked it. Needs me in his life in some fashion or another. So as his Lord and Savior, as the person who is most responsible for his rise to prominence and hopefully his fall from grace, stop it, Ralph. Get help. Show your report history. Repent for your sins. Own your crimes. Apologize to those you have wronged and you have financially burdened by removing their ability to make money, a claim you made so heavily against me, which, by the way, wasn't actually true. I never touched your stream, you gunted fuck. And you've been trying to run on that narrative for 2 years. I can prove it. I have proven it multiple times, but you don't ever want to fucking admit it publicly. You did to me privately in our DMs before you blocked me like a cowardly little bitch. So that's where we are right now, guys. We look at someone like Ethan Ralph.
He's laying the smack down. Don't forget, all of the boys are back in town tonight. We're also joined by Josh, generous Josh of the Caring Farms. Any questions for Monday Matt, Josh, tonight?
I mean, I don't know. Mundane Matt, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of Mundane Matt, but
Majestic Matt.
Yes, you are. It's Majestic Matt.
I have to give him credit, though. Credit where credit is due. Someone made an entire fucking album about him raping children, and he didn't he didn't like chimp out at all. Whereas Ralph can't take the flimsiest, most pathetic paper thin slight, and he has a full-blown meltdown for weeks. Mundane Matt can take like a boulder to the face and not flinch at this point, and Ralph can't handle anything from anyone. If you are anybody, no matter how close of a friend you think you are with Ralph, if you say anything he doesn't like on Twitter, he'll fucking block you and turn on you in a second.
Oh, it's yeah, it's so apparent. I've talked to people that are like, I love watching the tweets from people like Drummer, who was such a Ralph sycophant that at Knoxville he wore a Matt No t-shirt. He paid money, hard-earned money, to buy a Matt No t-shirt in order to go to Knoxville to appease Ralph. He got in a car with Ralph. He was loving on Ralph. I'm pretty sure if Ralph would have pulled out that peanut-sized micro dick, Drummer would have probably licked it up happily. And he wore it. And then he lightly criticized Ralph, and Ralph blocked him. That is the mentality of Ethan Ralph. And to clarify a point of yours, Josh, it wasn't one album. It was one album of, trying to say that I raped kids, which is clearly not true. But there was a Christmas album that was also produced where there was a dispute between people who involved because one of them wanted to call me a pedophile, and the guy who was producing the album, who, by the way, is an associate pastor at a church, which I find to be the most ironic thing ever.
Shame.
I know the backstory to this. If you want me to
yeah, no, all I know is like
from the hip, Josh.
It's
generous, a little bit of it.
It's it was Dame Pesos. He has a lyric in that album where it's something like "Get fucked like you fuck a baby" or something, and the guy, the label said, we don't want to publish this because this is defamation per se to say that he fucked children like that. And so
yeah, I remember he ran to Ricada. That's how I caught wind of it. Was like someone had sent me the tweet. And like he ran to Ricada to like talk to him, get like advice or something like that. That's the thing with like,
it was harsh. I'm not gonna lie, like that shit was fucking brutal. And all I remember about it was that you tweeted once like, oh, it was funny. You know, Ralph we would still be hearing about that with Ralph.
Yeah.
If it would be off Spotify. You know, if you're gonna, speaking of flagging, if you're gonna flag shit, why the fuck are those albums still on Google Music and YouTube and shit? Like, I can buy that off of Google right this second. So, I don't know. If you're gonna flag something, that would be the shit to flag.
It's like the Christmas album is funny to me. I thought like it was. I don't mind well-crafted criticism. I don't mind well-crafted.
It's shit.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, at least to My Room Records, he there was an attempt. You know, I mean, I believe in his mind he was aided by God, but too bad God doesn't exist. So you know what, it kind of fucked him.
No, but Matt, a few rapid fire questions for you here, right?
Go ahead, ask him.
Yes or no? Would you date an 18-year-old mentally ill femoid?
No.
Would you hang outside of the high school gates with a net and a bottle of Maker's Mark?
Oh God, no.
Would you eat a crisp sandwich?
Well, I don't understand that question.
That is that is a sandwich. Okay, Godwinson is English, so I have to kind of translate this.
I'm a normie, sandwich. So like you're gonna have to speak to me in layman's terms on this one. So.
It's a white bread sandwich with mayo and like potato chips.
Okay, I'm Canadian, and even I don't like mayonnaise, so no, I would not touch that. Ew.
Would you marry Nora, Mundane Matt? Would you marry Nora?
No, I have no need to give somebody a green card.
Would you live in your mother's trailer?
No, I'd get my own place.
Would you steal her medication?
No. No, I would not steal my mother's medication.
What if it was the really good shit, Matt? Would you steal that? If it was the really good shit? No. Oh my God.
No, because I don't have a chemical dependency.
What a prude.
What a prude. I won't steal my mom's drugs. Yes, that makes me. I would go. Look, I'm an American. I'm a capitalist. I'd go buy my own. Thank you very much.
What about your right?
Wait a second, Matt. You've just said you're a Canadian. What are you?
I'm first generation Canadian American. My mother was born in Ontario. So if I ever need to actually get the fuck out of the country, I can apply for dual citizenship and leave. It's great.
Marvelous. So just a quick question then. Dab it. Mundane Matt. Dabbing on his enemies.
There you go.
So Matt, we all recognize that these people often have sniveling wretches who call themselves capos, who call themselves their right-hand men. So what do you think of Gator, the Gator Gamer, who constantly besmirches your name, drags you through the mud for an easy win, sees you as the monster of the week, the eternal fucking Canadian American, whatever the fuck you are. What do you think about Gator dragging your name through the mud when he himself is beneath you at this point?
I think he's jealous because he bags the groceries I deliver and I make way more money.
Boom! Boom! Headshot! Fatality! Gator taken out. Oh, shit. Shots fired. Man down. Back to Godwin.
It's great to have you here, Matt. The boys are back in town. It's been great, good feelings. Everyone's being redeemed as we speak. Mundane Matt, majestic Matt, redeemed for all and sundry to see. Now, I just want to talk to you about your work.
Sure.
Single-handedly, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been keeping up with Mundane Matt, then you will realize that the only reason the Snyder Cut is actually being put out on HBO Max in 2021 is because of this man. It's because of Mundane Matt. Mundane Matt's sole campaign and crusade, ever since Boulder Gate, ever since being exposed as a flagger, has been to bring to the light from the darkness the Snyder Cut. Now, Mundane Matt, tell us about the Snyder Cut. Tell us about your work on the Snyder Cut. Tell us about the crusade you've won. And tell us about how you're a hero and a king.
And a
Well,
Chad.
I believe that everyone deserves a second chance and everyone deserves a redemption arc. So Zack Snyder, of all people in Hollywood, deserves a redemption arc. The Snyder Cut is a film that we need to see. You don't understand. You don't understand. If we were in a Christian conversation, right? The people who support the Snyder Cut, we proved to atheists.
Before you get ahead of yourself, can you please
damn
explain what the Snyder Cut
Oh,
is?
yeah, sorry. So I'll give you guys the TLDR. So back in 2017, Zack Snyder was wrapping up working on Justice League, and his daughter committed suicide, and so he ultimately stepped away from the project. They brought in Joss Whedon to write and direct the reshoots and to finish the film. And then Warner Brothers like really fucked a lot of things up. And the movie was shit. If you've seen Justice League, you know it's shit. Well, Snyder's got about a 4-hour version of the movie that we've known is in existence, never completed. So fans have spent the last couple of years fighting to get it made. And we finally were successful back on May 20th.
Was it good?
So,
No, it's not out yet. It comes out next year.
Okay.
Ethan Ralph is stream sniping us right now with his 161
All right,
viewers.
let's go. Let's
to our
go.
1,000
Ethan Ralph,
viewers.
here's an ultimatum to you. Please release the fake marriage certificate that you've got Gator to Photoshop, where you pretended to be married to Nora. Please release the documentation. Please release the documentation from where you were both married, the place you were married, and the 2 witnesses that are by law supposed to sign the marriage. Then I want you to release Ethan Ralph, you pill-popping white trailer trash, you pedophile, you piece of shit. Then I want you to release the actual details of this divorce, because you can't just get divorced in one day without any sort of split between your finances, without any sort of split between your possessions, between you and your ex-wife. You're a pill-popping, degenerate, alcoholic, trailer trash redneck. You will end up dead, being smothered by Gator's pillow, doing one last swim. PPP, you've got Ralph's attention. Go ahead.
Well, Ralph, your bum hurt, you're seething, you're upset. You can't even start your stream snipe on time. You have 1/10 the viewership we have right now on D Live, Ethan. People want to see this show. They want to see Matt. You're a fucking coward. You won't debate Mundane Matt on his show or a neutral platform. You have to have your hug box. Fuck you, Ethan. You're a bum. You're a joke. You're trailer trash, white trash, alcoholic, pill-popping, degenerate race mixer. Woo!
Ralph was giving us shit on Twitter for having a conversation with Mundane Matt or Matt Jarbo, whatever he wants to go by. But he was the first person to invoke the name of Matt. He welcomed Matt onto his show, and when Matt said, let's make it a charity stream on my channel on YouTube, he slunk away. If I can't make money off it, it's not worth my fucking time. So we're going to do it on D Live. We're not going to do it at all. So that's why we're even talking to him. If you're listening to Ralph right now, just know that he fucking lies habitually. Whatever the fuck he can lie about, that motherfucker will lie about it if it earns him a buck. And if you give this motherfucker money, you are brain damaged beyond repair. You will be the first person in the Fourth Reich to be rounded up and fucking gassed because you are like 60 IQ.
Now, Mundane Matt, cut your fucking promo on the man that fucking ate a burger from the trash.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that happened, to be honest. I watched that stream and I'm like, wow, This is the life of a truly depressed individual. Can't even go topless to a pool in Miami. Has to wear a white t-shirt while sitting in the hot tub. I mean, come on, Ethan. If you're not afraid of the gunt, display it. Show it to the world. Allow people to see. Release the gunt. Hashtag release the gun. Actually, I'll tell you what I really want. This is what I really want, Ralph. And I know you're listening, and I know you're seething, and I know you're coping, and you're trying to deal with everything that's happening. As your whole world crashes around your head, you realize your relevancy is gone. You're literally dating a child, and you're trying to justify it. I'm only 15 and a half years older. Oh my goodness, it's not that big of a deal. Kind of is. Life experiences matter when it comes to having a solid relationship. So then again, wasn't Nora 18 when you met her? And wasn't Soph someone you were viciously masturbating over, trying to get her on your show all the time? So as we can watch just your actual actions, we can see without a shadow of a doubt that you happen to really enjoy younger women. I mean, if Epstein had invited you to Little St. James, would you have gone? The answer to that, my friends, is absolutely. With bells on, 100%, right there next to Donald Trump, MAGA hat on and everything.
Well,
but I'll tell you what I really want.
Network, Matt. You don't understand.
He would have gone to network. Yeah, he would have gone. The photos would have been taken. He'd been like, Epstein's a great guy. Ghislaine Maxwell, oh my goodness, makes the best mojitos.
Matt, sir, my lord, majestic Matt, tell us what you really, really want. What you really want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want is Ethan Ralph to release his report history.
There we go, Ralph. Answer the fucking call. Answer the call.
I did it. I did it on your stream. If you are not guilty,
Gator, Monday Matt's picking on me now, Gator. I can't take it.
Gator, I'm being bullied by Majestic Matt.
Majestic
Gator, I can't handle it.
Lord Matt.
Dabbing on me now, Gator.
Dabbing on me. He keeps dabbing on me, Gator. He keeps dabbing on me.
Daddy, no. Daddy, no. Let's go. Come on, Ethan. He's afraid to actually start stream sniping us. He's had his show going for 10 minutes with a blank screen. What a joker. He's afraid of what we're going to say if he actually does.
The reality is, PPP, that Ethan Ralph does not want his pay pigs and the people that are oblivious to his nature to realize what he is. He doesn't want the truth about himself to be put out there. He doesn't want the fact that he's had a fake wife, Nora. He doesn't want the fact that he's got this underage girlfriend to be out there, public knowledge. He doesn't want the fact that he ate a burger from the fucking trash to be public knowledge. He doesn't want the fact to be... He's doing pill streams with his own mother's medication. He doesn't want the fact that he's eating crisp sandwiches off paper plates to be public knowledge, because Ethan Ralph in his own mind is a king.
No, and here's the thing. His whole chat right now is PPP1, so...
PPP did win. Look, this is what winning looks like.
His whole chat, and they're banning them. As soon as they say it, they're getting instantly banned.
Gator, ban the PPP mafia, Gator. They're coming for me.
Can you even visualize in your head what one of his moderators looks like in person? What he looks like sitting in his room right now?
Yeah, we know what they look like, John.
I've seen Shannon in person.
They look like Gator with a luchador mask on, 400 pounds.
My favorite thing about Gator was Pinecone Girl coming out and saying that she denied him. That was my favorite thing.
Now, mundane Matt, right? Because it's been widely said, Matt, that you're a cuck, that you're raising other people's children. What do you think about Gator being denied just the slightest form of Andy Warski's seconds there? Andy Warski's sloppy seconds. Even Gator was denied that. Now, what do you think, as a cuck yourself? What do you think of Gator's relationships?
Well, I'm not a cuck. That's the difference there. I'm not a cuck. But I would say that in this regard, Shannon would be better off most likely going on Fat Tinder and trying to find something on there. Maybe even Grindr's got some effeminate looking dudes. Maybe one of them will love him, because clearly no one else does.
To be topped by a strong, masculine Canadian bull named P. That's what Gator's looking for. I've seen him. He cruises on Grindr. He's trying to pick me up. Gator, I won't top you, buddy. There's nothing we can do. I just won't do it, Gator. I don't know. Fuck. That's what he's looking for, guys. Sad. It's sad. Josh, give us your hot take on why Ethan Ralph is doing this attack against Kiwi Farms. Give us your hot take.
Boss.
Oh, okay. We talked about this right before we went live, but this, okay, I'm calling it now. Everyone, all 1,000 people watching this, which is fucking amazing. We're 3 times the number of Ralph's pre-stream right now. I'm locking it in. Ralph is trying to segue from a right-leaning audience to a centrist audience that he can monetize more effectively. And I don't think it's going to work. I think he wants to eradicate negative information about him on the internet, and then he wants to become someone who is a neutral platform, maybe kind of edgy, just like Dick Masterson. Someone who's really down the middle, maybe libertarian leaning, who listens to both sides, plays it kind of edgy, but doesn't have a far right taint to him, because that shit cannot be monetized. And all he wants is to make more fucking money. And he's hoping to string along the couple fucking idiots who still pay him for the ride.
No, it's sad.
I actually want to touch upon that for a second, because there's if you're up to date on your Ethan Oliver Ralph lore, and you go back a ways,
Matt, just drop the full fucking docs. Drop the date of birth.
I don't know. I don't know. You can find that on his arrest record. When he attempted to punch a cop and got busted for it. This is my favorite thing about Ethan. Everything he attempts, he fails at ultimately, and so he couldn't even punch a cop. He still got 6 months in jail and a couple years probation for taking the swing. Right? I mean, couldn't keep his marriage working. Probably fires blanks.
On a woman, he couldn't even knock out a woman. He missed his punch, and the woman arrested him single-handedly.
But he still was able to somehow abuse Andy Worski, which really goes to tell you something about Andy. But that's a whole other story. So here's the thing with Ethan. You have to go back deep into the lore, and you have to really look at the psychological profile.
I'm there. I'm there
Ethan
right
Oliver
now.
Ralph. Okay.
I'm in the lore.
You're in the lore, Godwinson. You are here. Let us expose this to the light. Because my favorite thing about Ethan ultimately boils down to a 2-word sentence, and that is daddy issues. He's got them. This is fair. This is true. This is known. Go back to his ED page, and you should be able to find leaked Slack logs from back during Gamergate when he was running ops for Milo Yiannopoulos. In fact, he was Milo's attack dog. And as a result of that...
Matt, I hate to interrupt you, Sir Matt, but he used to call him Master Milo.
Yes, he did.
Master Milo.
He did.
Master Milo.
Very true. He did. And so at the time in the Slack log, he even says, I would take a bullet for Milo. I love that guy. Then later on, after Milo had his blow up and he walked away from Ralph, then he moved over to Jim. After this is, of course, as the kill stream was rising in internet blood sports and all that stuff. And he even said in a stream once that he looked at Jim like a father. And that's why he always wants Jim around. Jim, Daddy Jim, come and talk to me, Daddy Jim. And of course now...
Daddy Jim, I can't get an audience on my own now.
I need your help. I need you to come in. Save me from myself and my maker's mark and my alcoholism and my tiny penis. And so then, but hold on, it gets better. It gets better. So when Jim disavowed Ralph, which he has, I think, done now pretty well. So then he moved over to Dick Masterson. Once again, that whole thing came together because Dick Masterson hates me. And that's how the two, and that's how the two of them got together. So as always, I am somehow involved in Ethan Ralph's life, whether he wants to admit it or not.
Monday Matt is the key to all this.
I really am.
Monday Matt is at the center
I am
of the
his
web.
Lord and Savior. I provide him sustenance, and then hopefully one day be able to take it away. So there's that. And
Lord
so but
giveth and Lord Jarbo taketh away.
So you've got that, and then he migrates over to Dick, and Dick, as Josh was saying, is he's a popular guy. He's a successful guy. He has a house that's in L.A. on the side of a hill. It's not in the Hollywood Hills.
He
has
a house that is on a foundation attached to the earth, as opposed to being suspended above.
Why are we even misusing the term house? Like it's not a house; it's a crack shack.
It's a shack. But have you seen Ethan's house? It literally looks like it's one bad day away from
Why
like being a meth
trailers and caravans and crack shacks houses?
Wait. Breaking update. I have been informed by my chat that the word BTFO has been filtered in Ralph's chat on D Live.
It's a Joshua Moon live alert on the state of Ethan Ralph's live chat.
It's just filled with PPP1 and pictures of my face. They're either banning everybody who says a word about me. Oh, no, we have over 1,000 more viewers than him. I thought Monday Matt wasn't a draw. Oh, no.
I just want to ask Matt, masterful, majestic Lord Matt, about where he thinks Ethan Ralph is going to spend his final days. I just want Mundane Matt to get in the zone where we are in the last week of Ethan Ralph's life. I just want you to talk about what you envision, how it's going to play out, whether or not you'll be involved with a gun turning up at the door. I just want the full scene from Mundane Matt.
I'll tell you this. I have absolutely zero desire to hurt Ralph in any particular way. I just like making him really mad because it does all the work for me. He can't handle criticism. He can't handle anything that's negative. So he just completely finds a way to cope with it. And that's generally pills and booze.
Are you telling us right now that when Ethan Ralph is in the alcoholic coma that he's eventually going to end up in, and Gator's by his bedside, you're not going to pay a visit to the hospital and give him a kick in the nuts?
Guys, I wish you could see right now Ralph's face. He's so clearly drunk, and he's just like nearly on the verge of tears. There are literally tears in his eyes.
They're so mad. I can't even see I'm that pissed drunk.
Is he going to start talking about Nora in front of his girlfriend again? Is he going to start recounting how much love he has for his ex-wife in front of his new girlfriend and just expect her to sit there and take it? That to me was hysterical. And so
I had a lot of stick for this. We've been calling female Randy Stair Ralph's girlfriend, but can she actually consent if she's underage? If she's still in high school? She's just fresh out of high school.
Well, she's over the age of 18.
Is this just a predator-slave relationship?
Ralph gave up on his show.
Yeah, he canceled it. He canceled the stream.
He canceled?
Oh my god.
It's over. It's done. It's done.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all sizes, Majestic Matt won.
I can't
Majestic Matt won.
We serve you, sir.
Majestic Matt
we
redeemed.
serve you, Matt.
Redeemed.
We bow down.
I haveth returned. I haveth come for scalps and taken them, unlike Tonka, who couldn't get up from a wheelchair.
I think I hear a vacuum cleaner in the background. It feels like something's been aborted. I don't know what it is that's been being aborted.
Are you hearing that, or the heating of a or the heating of a wire hanger?
Well, I tell you what, I can hear. I can hear the rattle of a small bottle of medication.
You just hear the sad little rattle of his meds, as he has to pop them. Go drink yourself to sleep, Ethan, because we made fun of
just in the Discord right now. Stay strong, my mensch, Ethan Ralph. I don't think I can make it tonight, Gator. I don't think I can do it.
Gator, they're making fun of me. I'm being cyberbullied on the website, Karen Farms. Gator, no! Gator!
Female register, make me a chicken sandwich straight out of the can, and don't forget to put it on a paper plate now.
All right.
Have we got anything else to talk about now?
Hold on. Before Ralph tried his stream snipe, we were interviewing Jarbo about the Snyder Cut, and I want to hear about the Snyder Cut. Matt, tell us about the campaign.
Let me just set the scene where we were. So previously on fucking Mundane Matt, the Next Generation, Mundane Matt was beaten, bloodied, and bruised. He'd been exposed as a flagger and a cuck and all of this shit. And then he was sat there alone in darkness, looking at the Joss Whedon cut of the Justice League, and he thought, I will not allow this to be the sole release of this movie. So Mundane Matt set upon a one-man crusade to deliver the Snyder Cut to your screens on HBO Max in 2021. Now, Mundane Matt, this time on Dragon Ball Z.
What? I don't
Mundane Matt.
Wait, okay, before we get into the Snyder Cut again,
I'm trying to follow this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
He kept 450 of his most diehard fans, the people who see that fucking D-Live notifications for a stream going live. He kept those people, the people who will see that shit and click it immediately, waiting for 20 fucking minutes as he waited for an opportunity to start stream sniping us. And then just gave up and left all those people. They were in that fucking chat, spamming stickers, farming lemons for this motherfucker. And he just fucking, he empties out that fucking D-Live chest and he's just like, fuck it, I'm just drinking tonight. I'm writing this one off.
Like, he's not even awake at this point. He's passed out in the puddle of his own vomit. He can't see anymore. He can't function.
There were literally tears in his eyes, guys. There were actually tears in his eyes because he knew. He's like, if I turn this on for the pay piggies and the people who watch me, I'm going to be executed live on fucking air. these 4 guys are just going to blow me out so fucking badly that I'll never recover. So he just decided to take the fucking L and give up and accept that this show is drawing more than his fucking livelihood will at 9 o'clock. We have 1,400 live viewers. That's more than's been on the kill stream in fucking 2 weeks.
1,400 kings! 1,400 neat samurai here today to bathe in the glow of Mundane Matt's light. Now, Mundane Matt, you were there in the cinema. You wanted to see the release of the Snyder Cut. How did you make that magic happen?
A lot of hard work, dedication, and cocaine. Hollywood loves cocaine, Godwinson. Hollywood adores cocaine. So you get a good pipeline from Columbia right to Warner Brothers, and eventually it all kind of works itself out. And the hookers. And the hookers, too.
I mean, Ralph wants to pivot to the centrist kind of point. So when you had your shit, you opened up other channels and you focused on like the current Hollywood shit going on, and that's what you found success in, right?
Yeah. I've grown quite a bit on that channel, and I've been able to work my ass on that pretty well, and I really love doing it. The thing is, I'll be honest, like I really didn't like the social commentary game towards the end. I was bored with it. I was done with it. It's all the same nonsense over and over and over again, trying to get people mad so I get money, and there's no fun in that.
Well, Matt,
really.
Matt, is Saint Anita Sarkeesian redeemed? Have you got enough forgiveness in your heart to forgive Queen Anita?
I don't forgive Anita for a lot, but I now understand a lot more than I did. And as a result of that, I'm not going to talk about her anymore because I think after all these years, there's been enough damage.
Man. What a majestic man, a gracious man, almost as generous Josh of Caring Farms. We love you, majestic Matt. We love you.
Thank you.
We love generous.
I like you too. Like you too. I've seen a lot of your stuff.
Sir.
You're a very talented, funny individual who made me a janitor
my lord.
to clean up your mess, like the High Lord that I am, to grant you everything you require. And all I ask is just undying loyalty and that goddamn fucking wrench. And thank you.
Well, Mundane Matt has been pulling all the strings behind the scenes. Mundane Matt,
I'm the third man.
Playing all of the 5D chess, pushing all of the players and the pawns. He's orchestrated this entire thing. He's orchestrated it as far back as New Project 2. He's orchestrated it as far back from Knoxville. He's been pulling the strings this whole time, and it's been building up for this moment where he's at the top of the hill and he's rolling down the rock and crushing Ethan Ralph, all 5'1" of him, into the ground.
Gentlemen, Ralph has just tweeted out, "Winky face, see you guys tonight." Is he talking about the lads at the gay bar, or what is he talking about?
That is so weird. I don't understand. Like, I'll see you guys tonight.
It seemed like he had his stream up and running just a couple of minutes ago. This is really baffling to me. I can't figure this one out.
I'm looking at some photos from it right now.
I've got a request for you, Josh.
Sure.
There was a rap that was released as a product of Ethan Ralph's roundtable meeting in his mother's trailer where he decided to kill you. Right. So what was produced from that meeting was a rap between Digibro and Riley. Do you have that at hand, and can you play that for the audience? Because it's not widely available. I want us all to bop along and give commentary to the rap.
I would play this for everyone.
For a bit of time. I'll stall for a little bit of time by reading some of Ralph's Twitter here. Here he goes. He says, Josh Moon is seething so hard. He taken to teaming up with Mundane Matt on streams. It keeps getting better and better. How long until they bring in Tonka? Well, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, mate. Tomorrow. Yeah. Mundane Matt is a king.
We'll have to console ourselves tonight on the kill stream with the hottest comedian on Twitter right now. Gentlemen, do you know who the hottest comedian on Twitter is?
Is
Jerry
it
Seinfeld.
Dick? Is Dick coming on to help Ralph out again?
Is it Jerry Seinfeld?
It's Ryan Long. Ryan Long.
Who?
I've never heard of him.
You couldn't even get Dick to help.
Kraut has just joined us. The boys are back in town. Kraut, have you heard of Ryan Long?
No. Who's Ryan Long?
He's the hottest comedian on the internet right now in the entire world.
Oh, really? Let me look him up.
I'm sure.
Real quick, PPP. Apparently, Ralph had said here that you are view botting.
Oh,
that, he says
he's
PPP is view botting,
just like me. He's botting his streams just like me, Gator.
Yeah. Oh no, but listen. He goes on. He says, "I came on, played a few songs, made $15 to $20. I'll be back tonight with the actual show." LOL.
Yeah, it's in his chat.
Sure you will.
Okay, before that message, it says, Kraut 1 has been muted by moderators. Ralph Retard has been muted by moderators. Walaloo has been muted by moderators. Ron Paul Patspon has been muted by moderators, and Burb has muted. So he cleaned out all the people talking about PPP, and then says PPP is viewbotting Lamau. I don't care. I came on and played songs. Made $15.
What a disaster!
We made $15 though. Come on, the generous core audience
Taco Bell.
gave him $15 in lemons, so it was worth it. It was worth this humiliating display of starting up a stream, playing the Killstream outro sunset song for a couple of minutes, and then canning it. It was all worth it because he got paid enough money to buy like 2 bottles tops of Maker's Mark.
No, you can't buy 2 bottles for $15. No, he can't even buy 1 bottle. He can't even buy
PPP. PPP, you can buy a bus ticket and shoplift 4 bottles of Maker's Mark.
You know what he could do is he could go mow his neighbor's lawns and make some money. I saw his yard. It's not that big. I live on an acre, 1.3 acres of forest land. My shit's fucking wrecked from the forest. His land is like flat, easy to mow, 20 minutes, you're fucking done. I was surprised. As a proper homeowner and not one living in my mom's house, I find it to be really funny that he can't do the basic maintenance himself. That to me is kind of funny. That's not manly. Like, he doesn't raise.
He can't even clean his own dishes, man. He has to buy paper plates because he doesn't own a set of ceramic plates, Matt.
It's so easy to wash and dry.
No, maybe it's a health hazard. Maybe it's actually a health hazard because if you throw glass bottles into, like, if you know that I worked for a garden company, and if you go over a glass bottle with a lawnmower or with a weed whacker, it hacks up the bottle and shoots the glass splinters everywhere. So it's actually a health hazard if you just throw your bottles into the lawn.
So
he probably has a lawn full of glass bottles
that
he can't.
Tried this.
So Josh, have you procured the wrap?
I do. Okay, I sent you guys a link in the Hangouts chat, and I can't play this to you and to the stream at the same time. So you're just gonna have to open it and synchronize with me.
All right, somebody open it. Who's gonna be the king who opens it?
Oh, I've got it on I've got it on OBS. I'm gonna throw it up there, and I'm gonna tell you guys when to start it. So just get it open. It's in the chat, and let me know when you guys are ready.
All right, I have mine up. Yeah.
So this was a rap that was compiled and orchestrated at a sit-down mafioso meeting with Ethan Ralph and a league of degenerate pedophiles and transsexuals and Digibro and the producer, owner, operator of fucking Dick Masterson show.
Yeah.
So this was the master production.
To clarify this, let me give you some background. There is a picture of Digibro, his girlfriend, Riley, who's the guy with the Confederate flag hat in this video, his girlfriend, and Ethan and Ralph sitting together in their house, in his house or trailer, whatever. And they are all together. And then soon after, Riley, who is the only employee of the Dick Show besides Sean, the audio engineer, he sends me a message on Discord, and he says, "You're like the guy at the party who has to be told when to leave the party, and I'm telling you to leave the party." And so I just left Dick's Discord after that, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to stick around where I'm not welcome. And then after that, Riley, who is on the left again, and Digibro, who is now a tranny, show up, and they produce this fucking just amazing song. So I'm going to play it on 3, and we'll play until, I guess, one of you cries uncle and says to shut it off. So 3, 2, 1, go.
If your life is all about money, status, and young pussy, you're an empty, pathetic person.
Karen Farms, KK Karen Farms, conforming firm on these red alarms,
4 minutes.
There now, reputation's harm. Agree with my own soul. I win, come on. You can't talk shit about me. I'm a disaster. Libertine, sociopath, bad faith actor. Yeah, I smoke meth, weed, wax, crack, and I smack her. I got my self-esteem being my own detractor. Making money in a
Exactly, it's not up to date because I just joined.
Send it again for you.
You got a broke dick and ain't got a broke brain.
Coming from a broke dick, dummy, no pain.
Used to be the killing block, now the alien stop. No one gives
So how do you rate the rap so far, Matt?
Mad at the internet, sock puppets, doxing, more like bad at
the gif of me dancing.
Burning down the barns at the Karen Farms.
How does it feel, Matt, to be their eternal enemy? To be the low-hanging fruit they keep wheeling out for super chats and shekels?
Riley, when he was confronted about this, said that he was intentionally trying to make the cringiest video possible. Do you guys believe that?
I was just pretending to be retarded, you know?
You know, it's got to be one of the worst fucking pieces of shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's just embarrassing for all people involved. It's a fucking abominable abortion of a fucking rap song. Holy fucking shit.
I feel dumber for having heard this. I had to turn the volume off. I just can't do it. And I can live through some serious shit. I've seen Juwanna Man. You know what I mean? But like,
okay, no. Matt's out when PPP or Godwinson.
But do you not think that that's the anthem that will be playing at Josh's funeral?
Yeah, I still have the video up.
That's going to bring down Josh single-handedly.
So I think this song is going to bring down Josh single-handedly.
Do you, Matt?
Yeah.
I think if the federal government hasn't done that already, I think he's okay.
Oh.
Well, that's right. Generous Josh is a king and a warlord who's able to destroy the federal government at a moment's notice with his army of fucking Kiwis. Jesus. He's like John McAfee, but even more baked. A multi-fucking billionaire.
Well, we're coming up to the top of the 45 minutes, lads. What have you got to say, Josh?
Oh god, all these people had to do was shut the fuck up and it would be okay. Ralph would be collecting his fucking lemons in peace and solitude, interviewing the most fucking mundane people possible, and nobody would be giving him any shit. But he has some sort of weird fucking chip on his shoulder, so all these people do. All these people do. To the point where, you know, they're gonna fucking give me grief for talking to Matt. This motherfucker is sitting here smoking a doobie with a fucking tranny pedophile. And I'm supposed to take offense. No, I will laugh at you. I'm sorry.
Kraut, hot take.
Kraut's hot take?
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll do the line of the exit.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I joined this hangout not knowing that we were live. So I don't know. I just joined.
Just give us the hot take on Monday, Matt. On fucking Ethan Ralph. Sorry. Just give us the hot take on Ethan Ralph.
On Monday, Matt, I can give you that. He will score.
Monday, Matt is a mess.
Going to have his revenge. Yes.
What do you think of Ethan Ralph's antics tonight?
Oh, Ralph will never have a family with a house surrounded by a wall of boulders, 2 kids, and a wife that loves him. He will never have that. Adding to that, a wife in his age group. That is something out of the reach for him.
So, Matt, lay the smackdown, the last smackdown on Ralph tonight.
I fully predict that by the year 2021, Ethan Ralph will probably convert to Islam in order to then move to a jihadi country and marry a 13-year-old, because then he'll finally feel emotionally competent to be in a relationship.
But bro, it's legal. It's legal then. That's all that matters. She says he'd smash any pussy as long as it was
long as it's legal. Well,
yeah,
then why doesn't he move to someplace with like a really low age of consent, you know? Like he likes to troll for high schoolers, you know? He openly brags about like, I met Nora when she was 18. Like, okay, you were still 30. That's a little bit creepy. All right. Oh, now you're 34 and you're doing it again. I mean, like there's clearly an emotional issue there. There's clearly something he needs psychological help on. Never mind the alcoholism and the pill popping and the nihilism. You know,
aside from that, there's other shit.
Aside from all those issues. But I'll tell you this. If Ethan wants to reform his image, if Ethan wants to come out and move away from this hardcore right-leaning pro-fascist neo-Nazi audience that he's coalesced over the last couple of years, it's not going to happen. He has to legally change his name in order for that to happen. Like, he's got to start working under a pen name, writing gay fan fiction about Steven Universe in order to finally get people to not look him up and go, oh, you're that guy. You're the guy who got booted off of YouTube for fucking Holocaust denial on a charity stream. You're the guy that actually had full run of Stream Me and took it the fuck down. You're the guy that's been pushed off of every fucking network to DLive, which has been recently purchased by BitTorrent, which is why he started to fucking calm down, is because they're not going to put up with this shit. The Lino is basically worthless at this point. And that's already been talked about by the people at BitTorrent and DLive themselves. So we can see that there's Ralph's World from 2 years ago, where he was at the height of his game, pulling in the 6,000-7,000 people a night, ragging on me constantly, paying a dude $100 for a privately recorded conversation out of my Discord so he could run it as exclusive content. Never mind the fact that he's threatening to flag, and I'm sure he did flag PPP and everyone else for hosting that audio yesterday, because this is the kind of person that he is, a sycophantic, narcissistic piece of shit with a tiny dick and a fucking overflap gunt. This is who Ethan Oliver Ralph is. That's who he'll always be. He's got daddy issues out the ass, which is why he's trying to suck up to Dick Masterson so much. Look at everything Ralph is doing, and then look at what Dick has already done 3 months ago. If we were going to apply this to cultural norms in countries, Dick is United States, and Ralph is basically Eastern Europe, which picks up on it 20 years later. Like, that is what he's doing. He's trying to copy Dick so that he can one day be like Dick. But the fact of the matter is, Dick is an idiot. I've met him. I fucking met him. And you know what Dick said to me? And this is true. He came up to me and he actually complained. And he says, you know what sucks? When people say untrue things about you on the internet. He said it with zero self-awareness. And I looked at him right in those little beady fucking eyes and that gigantic drive-in size fucking forehead. And I cocked my head to the side and went, yeah, I know. Because this is the kind of person that Ralph has to fucking suck up to. The kind of person that comes across as being way more successful, way more interesting. Because for Dick, it's all even a show. It's all a show even for Dick. Like, I found out like Dick actually showed off his penis at the Upright Citizens Brigade in LA and was like laughed off stage. And they've talked about it on Twitter. Like, so Dick has whipped his little pee-pee out. Right now, you know why he's got such a fucking large ego, because it's making up for something that clearly isn't there biologically. So
what a disaster.
This is the world.
Take us out, PPP.
There is no real...
Before PPP, I'm sorry, but before PPP gets in, let me just say that if Ralph does try to pivot away from his audience,
they'll eat him alive. They'll eat him alive.
Yeah, if he thinks we're bad, making fun of... This is a fucking circus. This is a kid's birthday party, making fun of his chicken salad sandwich. Wait until you've got those 250 people who have given him thousands of dollars over the years, suddenly realizing that he's willing to take the pause load the second it becomes profitable to him. And you'll see some really fucked up shit that would make, someone like Corey Zoom look like, like just a harmless prankster. Just saying.
So winter is coming, Ralph. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's all up. The house of cards is falling down. PPP, take us out.
Okay, it's going to be tough to top Majestic Matt's monologue of glory and greatness and redemption and destruction of just fucking dissecting systematically what Ethan Ralph is and destroying it. Just fucking tossing a big-time boulder. This is like the League of Super Evil for Ralph, like the Batman villains sitting around the poker table, stories of how we almost got him. And Jarbo's story was that he threw a boulder. But this time he actually hit him with the boulder, crushed his fucking head like a watermelon, destroyed him. Look, I just want to make one thing clear. Not only do we have 1,500 live viewers, which is more than Ralph's going to have on his show tonight, we have more than doubled him in lemons. His $15, his 814 lemons, we did 1,550. So as much as he wants to talk about his lemons, how he won because he made money, I made more lemons than him. I had more viewers than him. We had a better show than he's going to have tonight in a third the fucking time. And everybody on the panel did a fucking phenomenal job. I appreciate everybody. Fucking excellent show. Fuck Ethan Ralph. Fuck him for flagging my channel. He's the fucking whore of Babylon, the fucking Antichrist, a piece of fucking shit. And the four horsemen have put him in a shallow fucking grave and are burying him dead. And hopefully, out of shame, he never does a fucking show again. But unfortunately, folks, we can't be that lucky. We'll probably see him passed out in a puddle of puke by 10 p.m. tonight. That's all I've got to say. Fucking peace, bitches.
Juice!
Juice!
Why don't you tell them how you got teriyaki sauce all over their romaine heart?